Friday edition, Mr. Relevant. I'm Alex Strouf with you from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all studios in the Avenue, downtown Milwaukee, episode 303. The whole crew is here. JOSHY DiMaggio is here. Will Sommers is here. Hunter Vaughn with us, as always, running the show back at the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison ahead of Packers Cowboys. It's Sunday Night Football from AT&T Stadium, a place the Packers have never lost. I didn't realize that. They have never lost in AT&T Stadium. That's kind of a bonker stat. I mean, I know it's not a very old stadium. It's been around since, what, like 08, probably?
Yeah, I mean, it just sort of brings a focus on how stinky the Cowboys have been in that time.
That's true. That's true. But also, I mean, think about it. Playoff games, there's 2 playoff wins in that building. Uh-huh. So the Cowboys weren't necessarily stinky if they're hosting playoff games.
They were
but
stinky.
In comparison.
They're stinky against good teams.
Yeah.
And that's a Cowboys fan, Hunter Vaughn, on our panel today. Will Sommers, as I mentioned, is here as well, our local Bears fan. I'm not sure we're going to talk any Bears today, Will. Sorry.
It's fine. I wasn't expecting you to.
So. Who do they play this weekend?
The Raiders.
Oh, that is talk about stinky.
You got to deliver it better as our stand-in Berman.
Raiders.
Yeah, there you go. Do your Berman if you're going to do your bourbon. Well done. So we will talk all things Packers, Dallas. We'll talk a little Brewers at the end of the show, as well as JOSHY and I both hitting the game tonight, I hear. We're both going to be there?
I will, I will certainly be there. I'm going with a few friends. I have tickets to Friday and Sunday. I probably am going to find myself in some of the playoff games as well at some point. I can't confirm any of those at the current date.
Same.
But it's Brewers time. Postseason baseball, I had the distinct honor to be at the Nyjer Morgan walk-off that Carlos Gomez.
Distinct honor. That was a great game.
I have never been any place more raucous in the history of my sports watching or attending. It was absolute pandemonium.
Number one, that game certainly was, but
yes.
Playoff baseball in general kind of is. It's just kind of the vibe you get at playoff baseball games because every pitch matters and everybody's locked the hell in.
It's perfect for tense situations and pure elation because there is so much inaction and then there's so much waiting for the thing to happen and then it does happen. And it's, football is a little bit faster. So certainly hockey or basketball, constant action.
Yeah, you're right, but there's something different, and there's something different about this Brewers team. As you see me donning my Brewers shirt, JOSHY's got a custom Grateful Dead Barrel Man shirt on, which is so cool. I was giving him compliments before the show. Looks awesome. So shout out to your custom shirt. Shout out, little Pat McAfee. Shout out going on there. Okay, let's talk Packers though first because I have a ton of thoughts in this game, and I want to hash through some of them with JOSHY. On just what this game means for the Packers. They're heading into their bye week following this one. It's an early bye for the Packers, something we've talked a lot about the last few months since the schedule came out as maybe a bad thing. And I think this happens anytime your team has an early bye. You convince yourself as the season starts that it's actually a good thing the bye is coming early. Given some of the injuries, I view it as a good thing. Hopefully Aaron Banks and Zach Tom can heal up and be healthy for the long haul once they return to play in week 6 against the Bengals. But I don't know if I'm in love with the early bye from a scheduling perspective and a personal make it about me perspective. I'd prefer like a November bye, but that's just me. So, but a free weekend in early October ain't a bad thing. So anyway, let's get to, I want to hear from a couple Packers because it seems like the narrative around this game for Green Bay is it's a get right game. They go to Cleveland, they kind of poop down their leg down the stretch and in the fourth quarter, and they lose that game. They fumble that game away or intercept that game away, I guess would probably be the better way to phrase that. And it's an unexpected loss. It's a loss that everybody feels gross about, and now you're 2-1 entering week 4, Sunday Night Football, primetime game, under the lights. Against, despite the fact the Packers have owned the rivalry recently, one of your non-divisional rivals in the Dallas Cowboys. And to make matters just a little bit edgier and more to the extreme, this is a return game for Micah Parsons. These are the 2 teams involved in the biggest trade of the NFL offseason that sent Micah Parsons to Green Bay and Kenny Clark to Dallas with a couple draft picks. And so you get to kind of see that play out, not over the long term, but on the field in one game. So it just adds a little bit more juice to this one between the Packers and the Cowboys. But everybody seemingly in the Packers world, me included, view this as a get-right game for the Packers. It allows their offense to play a bad defense. It allows their defense to continue the dominance they've had. But they're not undefeated anymore. And like the Rasheed Walker clip we played nonstop last week where he said he really believes they can go 17-0, well, that's no longer a possibility. So let's start with Elgton Jenkins, because I thought earlier in the week he was really good while self-evaluating and talking about how he feels he's played since taking over as the center full-time here in 2025. 3 games into playing center, and well, Elgton Jenkins certainly did not mince words when self-evaluating his performance through 3 weeks.
How do you feel about how you've played?
I feel like I play like honestly. I feel like I can play way better. A lot of things. It's just a little small detail, little things that I can fix overall. But honestly, I feel like I play like and I definitely got to play better moving forward.
So that's Elgton Jenkins, the Packers center. Yeah. Now, I don't know if I'd go that far, but when you're asked to self-evaluate and you feel like you haven't done your best work, which by no means I don't think Elgton Jenkins has done his best work. I don't think he's been awful. Wasn't good in week 3. He feels like he's played like bleep.
I tend to agree. I think the center position is such a bedrock of stability for the offensive line, and we all assumed that Elgton Jenkins would just continue to be Pro Bowl level, all pro level good at that position, and he just clearly hasn't been. He was, I think all 3 games have been games he probably thinks haven't been good enough. I think the Packers really need him to be that, because now 3 weeks of film, last week included, defenses and defensive line coaches and defensive coordinators are going to be keen in how to exploit those guys. And it seems like the options are plentiful. Mm-hmm. So the only real option is for the guys who are supposed to be starters and came into week 1 as planned starters. They have to play as good as they can, and they have to support the guys around them. They have to be able to pick up the slack maybe where in 2 or 3 different spots there might be some issues going on.
Yeah. I think that's fair. And again, I think self-evaluation is important. Being your own biggest critic is important, no matter what you do. What are you giggling at? Cliches?
Yes. Self-awareness.
Self-awareness is the most important human quality. Yep, I say that often.
Hunter, I don't know if you had a chance this morning to tune into Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I didn't, unfortunately.
Well, good thing. I was there and I could tell you all about it, and everyone in the audience who also didn't have the opportunity. Strouf decided on air that he knew how to polka dance.
Oh, no.
I then said, well, get up and do it. Do you want to guess what happened?
He failed miserably.
You got it, buddy.
Like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Strouf, why do you keep doing this? I don't understand your brain.
I think it was my dance partner that did not
see, polka. This is
so it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See, I'm doing better now, aren't I?
No, you're not. You don't look anything like a polka dancer looks. And this is one of those things where that's such an avoidable mistake.
I didn't think anyone would call me on it. And that was the mistake.
Is me being involved with programs with you been the biggest reason you've been called to the carpet on?
Finish that sentence however you want, yes. But frankly, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love working with you. I love making a fool out of myself. It's fine. Because I don't know if I'd love making a fool out of myself. That part's not true.
I don't think you've changed the way you talk, do radio programs, or behave. I just think I'm now here to go, okay, then do it. And I think that's the biggest change in your life over the past 8 months or so.
Yeah, I would say that's probably accurate. But again, like, I don't mind eating a doo-doo. You know, I understand I'm a goofball. I'm an idiot. I'm kind of a unique human being. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know which way I mean that in terms of self-reflection. But, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really.
Because there wouldn't be a spot ever where I go, oh, I can polka dance.
Yeah.
And then I'd be called on it because I'd go, I've seen polka dancing. I know I did it in elementary school, like in gym class when we had the like polka dancing and square dancing session, but called on the carpet, I know I wouldn't look like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's also okay to not know how to polka dance.
Totally okay.
It's perfectly fine.
I don't know if it is as a Wisconsinite.
It
Do you
is.
know how to? I'm not going to make you do it. I promise I'm not going to make you do it.
No, I mean, I understand it, and after seeing it, I like understand what you mean, but I haven't polka danced since I was in 4th grade.
You mentioned on the air this morning that it was like a required gym class.
It's not required, but
it was like part of the
it was part of the gym curriculum.
Curriculum, yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
That's fairly common to my understanding, because Gabe had a similar experience.
Well, you're good with curriculum? That's a word you know?
Yeah.
Strouf, did you
Hunter,
have to do
did you have
square?
to do the
That
same
was-
thing?
I didn't
That
have
was
to do
mean.
the polka, but we did square dancing. Like I have
Yeah.
like
No.
the awful like
Not that I remember, at
the
least.
terrible nightmare of standing out there because the gym teacher would make all the guys go out to their spots and then the girls would pick their partner and like the awful memory of being picked last. That has happened to me multiple times in my life and I have never let it go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Our teacher assigned those because they wanted to avoid those
Okay, so
situations.
I always wondered, oh boy, we're going to go down a path for a moment. We're going to get
Let's
back
do
to the
it.
Get Right game in a moment. So I remember growing up, I think I was like an early, what's the word? Developer of feelings, if you will.
Oh no.
I think I started having crushes on girls like relatively early in my life. Like I think I was like in 2nd or 3rd grade when I was like, that's a girl I have a crush on.
I think that's fairly common.
I feel like it's usually like 5th, 6th grade, no?
I think it probably becomes like more of a conscious thing at that point. But that certainly was a thing for.
But I definitely never had dancing because I remember I'd be in line and my first girlfriend was in 4th grade.
Cool.
And I remember being like, I really hope we have a group activity where I can like hold her hand. And this would have checked that box had I had line dancing or square dancing. So anyway.
I do have to say, I don't remember a single one of my partners from that time. I know it was guys and girls. I do remember that. I don't remember being picked last because we were assigned people.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Hunter's still carrying that trauma,
Dude,
30 years later
No,
almost?
it wasn't even then. So that was 4th grade. Then when I was in high school, I was in swing choir. And the teacher for that did the same.
Hold on.
It was like show choir. It was show choir. Yeah.
Did you guys dance?
Yes.
Hunter.
You got any vids of this?
Unfortunately, probably at my parents'. I know there's some of the musicals I was in because I was in the musical all 4 years too. But yeah, I remember then she would do again. All the guys line up. Then it was the senior girls pick their partner first. Then the juniors and like on down. And I was literally the last guy picked for that too. Wow. So yeah, I've held on to this for a while.
I do.
You guys do. It's fine. I laugh at myself.
The fact you're still hanging on to this, you're married, you have a wonderful wife, you have a wonderful life, you have a great job. Like, everything's good in the world of Hunter Vaughn. But this trauma stuck with him.
Yep. I can't shake it.
I'm so glad we went down that path. All right. Let's get back to the Packers, though. So real quick, it's looking like the Packers, after we listened to Elton Jenkins and then talked about line dancing for whatever reason, the Packers are going to have a shredded offensive line again. Now, the Cowboys will too a little bit, but the Packers will definitely be without right tackle Anthony Belton, the 2nd-round pick. Tweaked an ankle at practice today, already been ruled out for Sunday. Obviously, then gets the bye week as well to recover and hopefully be back after that. I don't know if he would have started at right tackle regardless. Zach Tom's not going to play. He has not officially been ruled out, but let's not do the facade we did a week ago and then play him for one play and further damage his oblique. So let's just go ahead and call it what it is. Zach Tom's not going to play. So your likely right tackle is going to be Darian Kennard. Left guard Aaron Banks is back on the injury report. Dropped out of last week's game at halftime. I would guess the same thing with him. I don't think he's going to play. So you're likely down Banks, Belton, and Tom on the offensive line on Sunday, which leaves you from left to right, I would guess. And again, they could prove me wrong because they have already this season, but I would guess left to right, they will go Rasheed Walker, J-Mo, Jordan Morgan, after an awful performance in Cleveland last week, Elton Jenkins at center, Sean Ryan at right guard, and Darian Kennard, who they traded for from the Eagles, at right tackle. Not the greatest offensive line. This is an offensive line who, the last 2 years, seemingly, continuity was their strong suit. They didn't really suffer a lot of injuries across the offensive line each of the last 2 years, and were able to trot out the same five pretty regularly. This will be the fourth week in a row that it's a different five for Green Bay. So, not great. Not great. But that is your one note from the offensive line standpoint of things. But again, you're playing a pretty bad defense, so as long as Jordan Love has some time to throw the ball, I think they're going to be just fine. Let's go to the defensive room, because I want to hear from a couple of Packers back there. Let's start with Xavier McKinney, who I thought was really good. Actually, I have another offensive quote. I messed up my players. So let's stay in the offense. Sorry, Hunter. That was bad by me. Hand up. Bad by me. Will's wiping his face. Bad by me.
Good self-awareness.
Yep. Tucker Kraft talked about the defense. Is where I got mixed up. And also talked a little bit about the offense. I thought this, speaking of self-awareness, I thought this from Tucker Kraft was really good.
You know, we did great week one, week two, coming out, trying to put points on the board. We just got to stick to that. It doesn't matter if we're home or away. We're going to come out on the first drive and try to get points on the board. That is just the demand of our offense. The defense needs us to play like that so we can play complementary to them. They hold the team, to 13 points in the fourth quarter. It was 10-0 up until the fourth quarter. That's remarkable. Not a lot of defenses are doing that. We have the best defense in the NFL, so we just have to help them out. We're beating ourselves up and we're getting behind the sticks with pre-snap penalties and we're fed up with our own mistakes, and we just gotta be able to limit those in the future and continue to move on.
So that's Tucker Kraft claiming Packers are the best defense in the NFL, which through 3 weeks I don't think anybody's going to argue with. The offense just wasn't good enough in Cleveland. So they've got to bounce back. Tucker Kraft, and I forgot if it was you, Josh, or Gabe who said this morning, but it was the first time I'd thought about it that way, which is if you took somebody from the Packers offense and said, who has had a great game this year?
That was Gabe.
Gabe was right when he said, it's Tucker Kraft week 2. That's the only great game I can pick out. Josh Jacobs has been underwhelming. Jordan Love's been good. The first 2 weeks was fine. Last week, obviously, had the big interception that ultimately cost the Packers the game, and the offensive line's been bad. Nobody's really had a great game outside of Tucker Kraft against the Commanders a couple of weeks ago. This is an opportunity to right that ship. Now, let's go to the defense this time, after Tucker Kraft says they have the best defense in the NFL. I think Xavier McKinney is the leader in the clubhouse for the Packers of, hey, let's stay in the moment rather than look too far ahead, and let's not get ahead of ourselves and not crown ourselves. I think he's probably been the leader in the clubhouse for realist comments about this team. Here's what Xavier McKinney said after the loss in Cleveland and ahead of this Sunday night in Dallas.
We got too carried away with being 2-0, and I think we felt like we had won the Super Bowl. And, it's a long season, and you have your ups and downs. So I think that was one of the games where we had our ups and downs. But you learn from everything. You learn from losses all the time. So I think that was something that we learned from. And I'm glad that it happened early rather than late. So that's just a lesson that you learn and you keep moving forward.
He's glad it happened earlier than late, but this is a team that was acting like they won the Super Bowl at 2-0. Right? So it does bring a little bit of gravity, if you will, Joshy, to what we talked about on Monday's show, which was a wake-up call. I don't think I can claim it a wake-up call as a fan. I mean, I can, but I don't think it carries any weight. Whereas, it sounds like without saying this was a wake-up call, Xavier McKinney is saying this was a wake-up call. Yes?
It certainly seems like... Goodness, I'm having a tough voice day. It seems like that, and I don't think... There's a thing athletes do and coaches do. I don't believe they actually thought they were that good. We only have Rasheed Walker's comments, which were like offhanded. He also mentioned it was previous. I think they've had it drilled into their skulls, and they've been yelled at and screamed at for the better portion of, now what is it, 5 days since then, that they are now believing what their coach told them when they just went out and played poorly, executed poorly. There's enough veterans there to know, hey, 2-0 doesn't mean anything. We have to go out and take care of business. Anyone can beat us. And I think Xavier McKinney was sort of parodying the same thing even last week. I think he said, like, 2-0 means nothing. We got to go out and do it a lot more and continue to prove it. But that's a good thing. That means the message and the seriousness is going to translate, that there's going to be a different attitude and approach to the game. I think it had less to do with, oh, we're going to go undefeated and we're the best team and we're going to waltz to a Super Bowl. It was more of like, hey, we're better than the Browns. We just got to go out there, take care of business and get out of there, when they needed to treat it like every other NFL team. Treat it like the teams that have beaten the Browns this year already. I think it's a good messaging, and Matt LaFleur has done his job to send the message of this isn't going to be easy. This was never easy. We need to go out there every single week, every Sunday or Thursday or Saturday, sometimes Monday, and play like our hair's on fire. And I think that's a good message to sort of reinvigorate a team and to keep this in their back pocket when a team like the Cowboys, who everyone's seen give up a bajillion points, you think, hey, we take care of business, we get out of there with a win. And it's not that easy. It's never been that easy.
Nope, never. Not in the NFL.
I think the guys in the locker room are too smart to think like, oh, we saw we were the fourth best betting odds for the Super Bowl, and this is just going to be a cakewalk. We're going to have a good time there.
Yeah, but I think there is so I think you're right. I do agree with you. But the level-headedness is impressive because, and again, I think outside of Rasheed Walker, I don't think anybody was touting this is the best team in the league or 17-0 or anything like that. I agree with you on that. And I do agree. It does sound to me, though, like maybe either the reception of the message or just the messaging has changed a little bit since the loss within the building, whether that's coaches, whether that's players amongst themselves and the vocal leaders in that locker room. I played all that audio for a reason. This is a team that sounds like it's on the same page.
Yes.
And given
Tausch always says, if you're hearing the things Matt LaFleur is saying at the podium repeated by his players, that means message received, and it's a good thing. When they are all saying the same exact thing, that means it's made an impact.
And that's what you look for. Yes. I think that's when you go, this is a dangerous team.
Now, part of me wants to go back and say, hey, Matt LaFleur, how was this not part of the message week 3?
Or was it just not being received?
Or was it not being delivered good enough? I don't know.
It's like a college lecturer you're treating him like. It was, if they all failed the test, is it on the teacher or is it on the kids?
Right. To me, the buck stops at the top.
Yeah, that's fair. I won't argue with that.
Yeah, and I think that applies to all of the worlds we work in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If the McDonald's fries are not warm enough, it's on the general manager, not the fry cook.
It's on the new executive producer.
Ooh, if Mr. Irrelevant isn't good enough, it's on JOSHY.
If we want to do that, I will accept that fate.
Okay, I like that. Will, you and I are off the hook, man.
Respect that.
If Will fails, I'm going to blame it on someone else.
Probably me. And that will probably be Alex Strouf.
Good thing I don't fail.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Not yet. Other than that time you put us over the air.
What time are you talking about?
Yeah, that's happened more than once.
I have a short-term memory loss.
You've got producer amnesia?
Yeah.
I like that.
I shook it off. On to the next. Like a bat at bat.
All right, it's Packers-Cowboys Sunday Night Football. The Packers are 6.5-point favorites. We have not heard, at least on this game, from the resident Cowboys fan on the panel. Hunter, how we feeling?
I mean, I'm not watching this game.
Stop saying that.
No.
Boo.
I know what's going to happen. There's literally no reason for me to watch. That's how confident I am in the Packers.
Then what's going to happen? What's going to happen?
It's going to be 38-20 21 Packers.
Ooh.
But that's a garbage time. That 21 is a garbage time touchdown from the Cowboys. They're just going to dominate this game. There'll be a new episode of Task that comes out on HBO. I'll watch that. I'll play some college football. Really good show. Mark Ruffalo's in it. Awesome detective show. I'll just play some college football because I haven't played that in a while with everything else going on. So I'm not watching this game. I have zero desire to watch this game.
Hold on. I want to go to the Milwaukee panel, which is us three, me, Will, and Hunter. Or excuse me, me, Will, and Joshy. I'm not buying it.
I think the harder we pursue it, the more he will become dug in on his point. Is it now? Here's a tough spot, and I'm certainly not the executive producer in Madison, but wouldn't it be considered not doing your job? Have we run that by your manager on not watching the game?
I mean, do you want me to? I think my manager's here. He went out to the Wildians house remote.
Yeah, bring it, Ashton Robin.
Okay, let me go get him. I'll just leave myself on the screen. You guys talk about this.
Yeah.
I think that
Go get Ashton Robin.
he actually does want to watch the game, but he's trying to prove a point. And
that's the ultimate Hunter move, right? Joshy's right. He'll dig his heels in.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with.
Totally.
Because I actually don't think the worst idea was if the Packers do win big on Monday, say, all right, Hunter, recap the game. Go ahead, recap it.
Yeah.
Okay, we now have Ashton Rotman, the program, or what's his title?
Thanks.
Content manager.
Content manager,
director.
yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Of ESPN Madison joins us now, the former executive producer in Milwaukee, thus why Josh got promoted to executive producer.
You're welcome,
Ashton's
Josh.
old job, for any of you that don't work inside these walls, who probably didn't realize that. Ashton Rotman is here. Ashton, we have a few questions for you. Thanks for taking the time. The first question is effectively, if Hunter doesn't watch the Cowboys-Packers game because he doesn't want to, is that not doing his job?
No, I feel like we could all name several people who don't watch those games and still do their jobs.
Well, that's a problem that you need to fix.
It's not just here. Don't worry.
Several.
What if I don't watch the game, but I just watch the tape? Like I watch the All 22.
I consider that to be better work.
The game.
Yeah, that'd be better in my opinion.
Huh?
I've been grinding the tape.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Now you're lying.
Yeah, now you're just saying things to say things. Josh, any questions for Ashton?
No, that's it. I've always understood part of my job as a producer to be watching.
Agreed.
And taking note of the things happening on the screen.
Do you take physical notes or no?
Yes.
I do sometimes. I don't do it always.
May I jump in here?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this will be my last thing because this was a waste of my time, it sounds like. Why does it matter if Hunter watches the game or not, if you guys have some sort of bet or payoff of him not watching the game? Wouldn't you want him to not watch it?
I don't believe we do. We do not have a better payoff.
No.
Because we have determined that if we do that, he'll just dig his heels in further, and then he won't watch the game.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
So that's kind of where we've landed. Though I'm not sold he will watch the game. I'm not sold on that. I'd be more sold if he won't watch the game if we do make a bet, though. So we are actually doing you a favor is the way I view it,
Yeah,
actually.
this just simply didn't go the direction I anticipated.
Yeah, no, didn't play out, huh? All right, bye, guys.
All right, waste of everybody's time,
Yeah,
apparently. Sorry for that. If it's MIA. It's a waste of everybody's time. Will is so happy to see his guy, Ashley, now.
I'm pumped. I saw him like 2 days ago, too.
Nice. Happy for you. All right, Hunter, what have we landed on? You watching the game or not?
No, I'm not watching it. Also, I just know ball
Okay, so
well
here's what
enough
we're
to
gonna
know
do.
what's going to happen. So
That's not how that works. Everybody told me yesterday would be a bad game, and it ended up being a sneaky good game like I told you it would be between the Seahawks and the Cardinals.
Sneaky good.
Glad I stayed up for it.
You got the result of which it was predicted.
What do you mean?
The spread was 1 point.
That's all it was?
yeah, it was 1.5.
I thought it was like 4.5. Okay, never mind. But did anybody see a late Cardinals
Even
come?
if
Kyler Murray is bad at football.
Yeah, I knew that already.
Yeah, but then he looked like he was actually competent for a minute.
So do all starting quarterbacks at some point.
Okay, we're not talking about Thursday Night Football anymore. All right, Hunter, here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
You just tried to victory lap saying, hey, the game that was a 1 point spread was actually close.
And then he followed it up by, I thought it was a 4.5 point spread. They won by 3.
And you're going to try and accuse me of not doing my job.
My job is not to talk about the Cardinals and the Seahawks. My job is to talk about the Packers and the Cowboys. Talking about the Packers and the Cowboys. Hunter, here's what we're going to do. I will check in to see if you watch the game.
Okay.
If it's at any point close and you're not watching the game, I will be upset. But it is on me to alert you that it is a close game.
At what point do we consider it close? Because 0-0, 10 seconds in.
Second half within
a score.
A score, yeah, within 7.
Okay.
Especially if that's the fourth quarter. I will only pull the alarm once. I will say it's a close game. You got to turn on. If you do not watch any of the game, and ultimately it is a Packers blowout, I would like to. We're still going to do Will's weekend review. I would also like Hunter to try to avoid a box score and any highlights and recap the game for us.
I'll just delete Twitter and the ESPN app off my phone Sunday during Badgers volleyball, and I'll be good. Those are the only 2 places I go. So,
right.
I just had a realization.
Go ahead.
Was Ashton's appearance a self-admission?
Bye.
He said, "There's many people around here that don't watch the games," and I'm trying to think of the many.
I know of one for sure here in Madison.
He was talking about himself.
it may have been a self-admission.
I think that's what happened.
Well, I don't think it's anybody on this panel. In fact, I know it's nobody on this panel.
The only person I can think of that I know firsthand is Mark Chimera, but he doesn't have any of the rules we have.
Correct. Yeah.
No one here really has the same rules.
I mean, there is a host of an afternoon program here in Madison who historically does not watch the games. So,
well, he watches he's talking about Matt Hamilton, and I produced the show for years. He watches Packers games.
Sometimes.
Anything else? Good luck. Okay. Well, he might be curling right now, so maybe he won't then.
Yeah.
But anyway. All right. Well, now we're just taking shots, so I'm uncomfortable. I'm going to stop there.
We have gone so far off.
Micah, 0.75 sacks is the betting line. 0.75 for Micah. It's either a half sack or more. He's got to get a full one on Dak, right? He has to. It feels like week 1 all over again. He had to get one in week 1.
I think he certainly will.
I mean,
I've said this every week. We've done this every week. Josh, I'm going to ask you again until it happens. Is this the multi-sack game for Micah Parsons?
No. I'm going 1.5. I mean, you don't think that Jerry has had a conversation with Shoddy? We need to do everything in our power to stop Micah Parsons.
Yeah, but they're without their center and a guard.
Yeah, I've seen Micah Parsons triple teamed 3 times already.
And I mean, the unbelievable, very fun part of Jeff Hafley's defense through 3 weeks is he has defensive linemen.
Yes.
He doesn't have edge rushers and tackles. He is defensive linemen. He'll line Micah Parsons up against the center. He'll just do it because he's a crazy person.
He's going to. Well, Micah's always done that. He's just so good.
Yeah,
but he's doing it with Van Ness too, right? He's lining him up at nose tackle. He's lining him up at D tackle. He's lining him up on the edge.
I mean, that's just you're just using guys in varieties of ways.
I just like to view Jeff Hafley as a psychopath. I don't know why you're talking me down from that.
No, I just think I don't think we need to explain how good of a coach he is, but that's a pretty common thing for, especially with athletes to the level of Micah Parsons. And then you're not going to not call that because Micah's taken a blow. You still want to make them be honest. And if you think Lucas Van Ness is taking the step that he seems like, he also could be a weapon in that spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm fired up to see this defense against Dallas. Defensive line's hurt a little bit. No CeeDee Lamb. I like Dak Prescott. I do want to get ahead of that. Because I do think he's a good quarterback, and he probably doesn't get the credit he deserves. I just don't think he's going to get a lot of credit on Sunday.
I believe the Cowboys, in the games that they've had without CeeDee Lamb, which is like 3 or 4.
It's 4, they're 0-4.
Yes, but not even just 0-4. They go from scoring 26 points a game to, I believe, 13.
Yep. Jake Ferguson has not had a touchdown catch in, it would be 623 days now, I believe it is.
Really?
Yeah.
He didn't score a touchdown last season?
Nope. And they gave him 4 years, $52 million. Not annoyed about it at all.
I know he's a Wisconsin guy, and we're supposed to like him. He plays the type of football
mid.
I have no interest in watching.
Isn't he dating a Cavender twin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that a young guy sentence that I just threw at you, Josh?
I know who they are, strangely enough, because I believe Darren Ravel.
He knew.
He just didn't want to admit that.
Yeah, they were big NIL earners right when NIL began.
And I remember him going on
play basketball.
Him going on Will Tauschen talking about them in specific. And that was when they came onto my radar.
One's dating Carson Beck or was dating Carson Beck.
Oh, that's why now I'm connecting dots. I got sent a video of when they were at TEU because Taylor Swift was there and she was performing at like a bar there.
Yep.
And that explains, now it's all,
Stars
Jake
are
Ferguson,
aligning.
yes.
Got it.
Because my thought was, what the hell are those girls doing there?
Jake Ferguson.
They're there to watch AJ Barner chop one.
It's now all coming. It's now like I guess they paid them to like influence a tight end
influence a tight end university.
They're there to see Cole Kmet pass protection.
That was a mystery I put together from back in July.
This has been an unbelievable show.
Back to Micah Parsons. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't line up on the right side of the D line just because of how bad from center over, the entire right side of the Cowboys O line is. So like they'll just be able to keep him lined up over the center and over to that side. Because Terrence Steele is turbo ass at right tackle. That was a huge waste of money for Dallas.
I love that turbo ass is catching on amongst this group. And like in our text messages.
My dad texts me it all the time now.
Turbo ass. It's just if you're bad, you're bad. If you're ass, you're ass. If you're really bad,
it's the most ass can be.
The first three quarters of Kyler Murray last night.
Yes.
Turbo ass. I don't know about that. Fickle, I think it has been turbo ass.
Mm-hmm.
He got carried by Marcus Freeman as his DC when he was in Cincinnati.
No, if Luke Fickell gets fired and lands another job, he's going to be good at a mid-major. He will be.
He'll go be Notre Dame's DC
James
first.
Madison.
Or that, and the defense will be great. Just how it goes. All right, so back to Packers-Cowboys. It's time now to make our game picks. I assume we are all picking the Packers, but we will go through that, and then each of us will pick an underdog. Who's in charge of the record around here? Who's got the record? Will, you got it?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah, no rush. Actually, relative rush.
I'm getting there.
Give us our updated standings. Who's in first place? I think we've got a lot of ties at the bottom of the leaderboard. And then we need to rehash our punishments because I realized we did something last week when I was on Remote in Madison for episode 300. Hunter wasn't on the show, and I've decided we need to revisit all of that, so we will do that in a moment as well. Go ahead, Will. Our standings through 3 weeks on our NFL picks. We pick the Packers game and an underdog every week.
So I believe last week we went a clean over after being very good before that. I believe we are combined, 4, 3, 3, 3, 9, 13 and 3 before that, and then we just went 0 for 8 last week. So Josh is in the lead. He's 4 and 2. Strouf, Hunter, and I are all tied at 3 and 3.
Okay, so we're all right in it.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
But a historically bad week for us.
So before we get to picks, I do want to talk about the punishments. I do like the last place punishment for me, Josh, and Hunter. I think it is the correct thing. It is the right thing to do, which we have determined for that. If Josh, Hunter, or I take last place, we have to spend Wild Card Weekend living with Will.
Do you guys think this might be a punishment for me, too?
No.
What are we interfering in your life by being at your apartment?
I did consider it, and that's part of the funny part. Is Will?
So I just lose either way.
Duh.
No, I don't think so. Because Will, if let's say just out of example, let's say I lose. What would that weekend look like for us?
Pretty fun, potentially.
Drinking and ball would be my guess.
I don't know though. I'm scared to spend that many days in a row with you.
That's
24/7.
That's fair.
You should probably feel the same way about me. It's not like.
But we've made it clear. Whoever loses and stays at your house, they are doing whatever you want. We're living your life for the weekend.
Yes.
So you don't have to pander to whoever's staying by you.
Right.
You say, hey, we're going to the bar and we're riding the bull.
Mm-hmm. Or if the Packers play and I'm doing Green Bay game day and game night.
You're coming to produce with me.
That'd be hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're cutting get ready to cut Matt LaFleur, buddy.
I ain't working. Another thing, I'm observing.
Yeah, just I agree with Josh.
I'll go to the studio and hang out with Homer during commercial breaks.
All right. Then we're going to have to stay an extra hour and a half. How do you like that?
Now, if
we agree it's just one day, though.
No, it's the full weekend. It's Friday to Sunday.
No.
Oh, there's no way my wife approves that.
It was wild card weekend.
Yeah, there's no way I get 48 plus hours.
Yeah.
No, that's what we agreed on.
No.
Then don't lose.
We agreed on a day.
Well,
spend the night
we
at
didn't
Will.
do
It
that.
was phrased as wild card weekend. So that could
It's
be
Friday
Friday to Sunday.
You can leave Sunday.
There's no way.
You get 2 nights at Will's.
I'm
Friday and
not spending
Saturday.
2 nights at Will. That's
can't.
crazy.
Then don't lose.
That's crazy.
Then don't lose.
Oh, great. If I lose, I'm not doing it.
Can I forfeit and just make you guys the meal?
No, well, that's what I want to revisit because that's a punishment for us.
Yeah.
As winners, we decided Will was going to
Wait.
make us a 3-course meal. We didn't all lose. I think that's bad.
I have people that have been reaching out and said they'd not hands-on help me, but watch me do it and say like, "Oh, don't do that. Don't put that much
Who
salt
said
in there."
this?
I have people.
Who?
Don't worry about it.
Your dad?
No.
Dan
I
the
mean,
man?
one of
BTM?
my ideas here is that Will has to come and spend a weekend in Madison and live married life with Sarah and I, and then you don't get football.
Doing that.
Got to go to brunch.
Okay, I love brunch. Joke's on you.
Yeah, but then you're not watching
sit there, do
football.
nothing, and go get brunch.
Dude,
that?
no,
You're
we're
gonna
doing a
sit there, do nothing,
Costco
watch
run in the
football,
middle
and
of a
get brunch?
playoff game. Like, that's what would end up happening.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Got to follow an NFL
shit.
playoff game with Gamecast.
Look at his face.
Lionel.
He looks sick.
Lionel chimes in. This is just bros being bros. Chefette says, "But what if Will has a girl coming over? Oops, never mind."
Whoa.
God, his ass.
Chefette's coming for you.
He's not wrong.
I can't believe you thought an entire weekend.
That's what we agreed
We
on.
said wild card weekend.
I wasn't on the show. I didn't agree to that.
Weekend. I said initially spend a night at Will's.
All right. If you guys want to be losers, if Hunter or Josh lose, it's just one
Do you
night.
want to look Mussolini in the face and say, "Hey"?
Okay,
I
hold on.
need-
Hold on. Let's come to an agreement, though.
to go hang out with Will.
We have to
for 2
understand.
days straight.
Let's go from the first kickoff on Saturday through the slumber party on Saturday night. You have to go to my Will's of Wild Card Weekend. All day Saturday through the night.
Wait. So,
Wait, say it again.
Saturday
If we're
midday
just doing one
to
night,
Sunday.
just Saturday.
I was thinking 24 hours.
Okay, great. Saturday to
like
Sunday.
a literal. Like if I go by Will at 10 a.m., I'm free 10 a.m. the next day.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
For every beer you drink, you get an hour deducted.
No, added. You get an hour added.
I was gonna say I could be out of there in 12 hours.
12.
Come home.
12.
Come home hammered.
You could be out of there in 8 hours.
Yeah, I could.
This just sounds like a lose-lose for me.
Sort of the joke.
So am I going to Hunters if I lose?
I mean, that is a funny punishment.
It's either that for 24 hours or the 3-course meal.
The problem is it might not be possible because there is a chance the Packers have to play on Wild Card Weekend, which would therefore mean you have to work.
Or I could just do it another weekend.
Yeah, we could do
Why am I
divisional
saying
round.
this? I don't want to do this. I don't want to go. I don't want to go at all. No offense to you, Hunter. I don't want to go to Costco.
Will following them around.
I don't want to go to Costco.
Well, if you had the rotisserie chicken.
Hey, Will, can you grab that toilet paper?
They break up the list into 3 parts. Like, here's your section.
He has to climb in the back seat with the giant things Chips Ahoy next to him as an armrest.
I would crush the free samples though. That's what that's be my move.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, you have
You got to do numbers there.
All right. Well, we will revisit again next week what we ultimately land on if you lose. This week could be a big determining factor in who falls into last place. We've had ties galore through the first 3 weeks. We'll find a way to with the Packers bye week coming up next week, we'll find a way to break the tie. All right, Packers game, Packers Cowboys. Will, who you got?
Give me the Packers by a lot.
Hunter, I think we know who you got.
Yeah, Packers.
I also
You
have
should
the
have
Packers.
to pick your own team.
No.
Because then you're just making him lose and then have this.
This is why I'm very worked up about the punishment, is because when the Packers play the Bears, I'm going to pick the Bears, and that's 2 auto losses right there, probably.
I've got the Packers. Josh, is the same.
Yeah.
All right, well, you're underdog for week number 4 in the NFL.
Give me the Commanders on the road in Atlanta. I don't care who plays quarterback for the Commanders. I think they come out and absolutely dominate the Falcons.
If I tell you Terry McLaurin's also been ruled out, does that change your opinion at all?
Don't care.
Okay, you've got the Commanders in Atlanta. Hunter, you're underdog.
Are we allowed to pick the same teams? Because that was the one that I initially had. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, then I'm taking the Commanders still.
If there's one thing Aaron Rodgers wants to do, he wants to beat the NFC North one final time. It's the Dublin, Ireland game, 8:30 a.m. on Sunday. The Vikings, 2.5-point favorites against the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. Give me the Steelers to win that game in Dublin.
Chalk Strouf up for 1-1 on the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Chalk pick.
Yeah.
Biggest Aaron Rodgers hater in the world, am I right?
Yeah. He's got no...
I'm shocked Will didn't pick the Bears, by the way.
I almost picked that one.
That was going to be my next pick. If somebody went before me and picked the Commanders, I was going to go Bears.
You want to change?
Yes. I actually didn't know Terry McLaurin was out, and now I don't want to pick them. So, yeah. Bears. I'm going with the Bears.
Do we have a status update
on
Justin Fields?
Still listed as questionable.
Returns to practice. Then I'm going to pick the Jets over the Miami Dolphins. I mean, both those
on Monday night.
Yeah, both those teams are turbo ass.
Yeah, both 0-3.
Yeah, and I'm just playing. Hey, anything can happen. Justin Fields maybe runs around a lot and scores some touchdowns.
There are some really gross games this weekend.
Yes, it's a bad. As good as the NCAA, I don't know why I said it that way, the college football slate is, the NFL slate is poopy.
Weird game. Ravens-Chiefs, both 1-2. One of those teams is going to fall to 1-3.
Yeah.
I imagine it'll be the Chiefs. I think the Ravens are just too good, but they've run into 2 buzzsaws in the first 3 weeks of their season.
If I were to make a bet, the Ravens figure out what's going on in defense. They're giving up a lot of points.
Yeah. Chiefs' only win has come over the Giants. They've lost to the Chargers and the Eagles starting the season 0-2. So we will see. That's an interesting game as well, but you've got Texans, Titans, 2 0-3 teams. You've got Jets and Dolphins, 2 0-3 teams. You've got Raiders, Bears, both 1-2. That's not very fun.
The noon red zone slate. Oof.
Yeah.
15.5-point favorite Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, over the Saints.
Great time for a Costco run.
Good pop. All right, those are our Week 4 picks in the NFL. Will post our college game day-esque graphic.
Will, how mad are you right now?
I do not want to go to Costco. That actually, if I had to make a list of things I don't want to do on a Sunday, that would be number 1. Do you realize not only is it bad that you're going during an NFL Sunday, everybody goes to Costco on Sunday. It's packed. No one knows how to walk.
Yeah, but the problem, Will, is that's the only time that both of us can go. And we're not going to make one person have to do that whole
I'm
run.
waiting in the car.
No. That's not allowed.
I'm waiting in the car. Bring me a couple of free samples.
I will call the police and say there's a small child left in the back of this car.
Will with the sign. He has the airs on, his favorite music. And he has water.
Do not break the window. This child is taken care of. That's a great visual. Just Will bobbing his head in the back seat. Hunter's SUV. Yeah, love that. All right. Brewers' final 3 games this season. We'll find out. I mean, they play next Saturday. They've locked up to bye. With 1 win, or if Phillies lost this weekend, they lock up the top seed in the National League. Hopefully it's tonight. And another win, by the way, would break their franchise record of most wins in a regular season. They're looking for win 97. They tied the, is it 2011, 2018 teams that both won 96? It's 2018 for sure.
I thought it was 2012. Could be wrong, though. Thought I heard Lane Grindle say that on the broadcast.
Yeah, it was like that 2012
all
team.
Hung up.
Great, I'm in a pretzel, so my bad for throwing out a grenade. That's on me, guys. Should have done my research.
I knew 18 for sure, and then I started to second guess myself.
But 18 is the year it took 163 games. They don't do that anymore in MLB. There's no such thing as game 163 anymore. But the Brewers won their 96th game in 163 against the Cubs in 2018, so they needed an extra game to do it.
2011.
So this team, I was right. Wasn't a grenade. Good on me.
Whoops.
Guy knows ball. Say it, Will.
Josh knows ball.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to Costco.
Keep up the good
So
work,
Brewers
Josh.
look for win 97. Keep up the good work, Josh.
Heck yeah.
We will hopefully get to 97, maybe even 98. And but the Reds are scrapping. They're trying to get back into this thing. So it's a big series this weekend for that team. But I'm really interested in two things this weekend with 3 games left for the Brewers. Number one, can they get to win 97? Lock up the 1 seed. Number two, how does Trevor McGill look on Sunday? Trevor McGill will return for the first time in over a month and will pitch Sunday in the regular season finale. Obviously, the Brewers hoping he can gear up for a postseason push. He'll get a week off or 6 days off after that. But just intrigued to see how he's looking on Sunday and how long they throw him for on Sunday. But Quinn Priester will go tonight for the Brewers, looking for his 20th start in a row, which results in a Brewers win.
I got some big breaking news.
This
comes from the Schlitz Audubon Nature Center. Tonight, for all those attending, like Strouf and I, our owls are flying over to American Family Field for the Milwaukee Brewers Harry Potter theme night.
I don't like otters or owls.
If you're heading to the game, make sure to stop by and see us on the terrace level before first pitch.
I don't like owls.
What do you mean you don't like owls?
They turn their head all the way. They got the big eyes.
They don't turn it all the way.
Owls.
It's 178
It's
degrees.
I found that out too.
I didn't know it was Harry Potter. Now, my girlfriend is a giant Harry Potter fan.
Hedwig. It's going to be up there.
Is that an owl?
That's Harry's owl, is it
Yeah,
not?
dude. Yes,
I've
it
only
is.
seen the
Yeah,
first
you got to
Harry Potter.
learn that. Yeah, you should still know that. He gets Hedwig in like the first 20 minutes of that movie.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
It's
dude.
like one of the foundational things.
Strouf on Sunday Karma a couple weeks ago too. We were talking about like influential movies like Good Will Hunting, and he goes, "Well, I've seen Harry Potter." Like
The first one.
Gosh. Also,
I mean,
just
you guys know it's.
You don't like who doesn't like owls?
They freak me out.
yeah, and they don't
Owls
turn their head
rule.
all the way around. It's 178 degrees
Yes.
that they can turn it. They physically
Excuse
cannot turn
me,
it all the way around.
78 degrees.
Well, for
That'd be
fact,
silly if they could do that.
like, come on, we've got to be like factual on this show.
Yes.
That's what we're known for here.
Yeah, you're right. We are known for the cold hard facts on this
and
program.
being right.
Yes.
All right, let's get to what we missed and what we learned. It's presented by Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. It's almost whiskey season. The weather's a little bit too warm for me to be breaking out the bourbon right away, but we're getting there as we get into the fall season. But also, over on their website, doorcountydistillery.com, whether you're using the rums, the brandies, the whiskeys, the vodka, the gin, the big green bottle of gin. I love that bottle. It's such a cool bottle. They've got all sorts of fall recipes. I mean, if you haven't checked out the cocktail list, you have to, because they've got just a ginormous list of unique cocktail recipes, and a lot of them are themed around different things. Fall being one of them. You can make some awesome fall cocktails with product from Door County Distillery, and it's all over the state of Wisconsin, Stevens Point to Green Bay to Madison to Milwaukee. They've got you covered. DoorCountyDistillery.com. Find the retailer nearest you. Was that a giggle or a cough? You okay over there?
I just saw somebody suggesting not to bring your drugs to the Ryder Cup because they're checking you thoroughly.
I saw that.
Sent out a tweet. Just sent a public service announcement. Hey, if you're going to the Ryder Cup with drugs, be careful.
It was a serious tweet too. The guy was being dead serious. Like, heads up, everybody.
Ryder Cup going on. Now, as we know, I'm not a ginormous golf fan, but this is an awesome event. U.S. is winning right now, right?
I think they had the worst start.
Yeah, I was going to
they
say,
possibly
I'm
could
pretty
have
sure
had.
that's exactly opposite of all the tweets I've been reading.
I could
I
have
don't
sworn
even
they
know,
took a
but-
lead at one point.
Scores leaderboard with Trump on course as Europe lead 3-1.
I
That's
saw
from
this
the New
morning
York
just
Times.
everybody saying it was literally the worst
know what?
possible.
You know what? I flipped it. I thought U.S. was up 3-1. Europe was up 3-1. That's bad on me. Bad on me. Hand up.
Okay.
John Rahm and Sepp Straka beat Scotty Scheffler and J.J. Spawn. Bryson DeChambeau versus Fleetwood and Rose Griffin. They're one up. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot to go. It's a lot, but you don't want to start down 3-1.
I love that Ron and the Key actually just dropped a Harry Potter reference that I know.
Oh jeez.
Yeah,
Not
'cause it's
me, not Hermione, you. My girlfriend also has a shirt that says that. That's why I know that.
I don't even know that reference.
It's from the first Harry Potter. It's when Harry has to do the thing. I forget what it was exactly.
I'm going to keep my Harry Potter thoughts to
It's
myself.
Not a fan.
chess match. Yeah, J.K. Rowling, kind of a bad person.
Oh, no, we have an update from an old Mr. Irrelevant episode. Well, not old, but it was right around when Micah Parsons was traded. We did the radio episode, and our buddy Dusty in Texas called in, and I asked him if he would be the official Texas correspondent of Mr. Irrelevant. Dusty then came to the home opener against Detroit. He brought a sign that said, it looked like his own custom press pass. It said like media, Mr. Irrelevant Texas correspondent. We took a picture together. It was great to meet Dusty. Dusty has just texted in. I got bad news, fellas.
Oh, no.
After discussion with my wife, I am unable to attend the game in Dallas because of a prior commitment to attend my grandson's 5th birthday party.
Oh.
He said, I will report back anyway, since there will be about 8 Cowboys fans at the party. I am wearing my love jersey just to start the tweaking early.
Dusty, I'm going to give you one piece of advice. Don't make your grandson's birthday party sound like it's a major inconvenience. I don't know if that's going to go over well at the house.
That's an amazing text from Dusty. He's the man. That's so funny.
We appreciate, we understand how life may intersect with your duties
and there's
here.
the picture on the video stream if you're watching it.
With your duties here as the Texas correspondent. But we don't rule with an iron fist.
That's really funny. I'm unable to attend the game in Dallas because of a prior commitment to attend my grandson's 5th birthday party. That's such a great
Do you
text.
think Dusty asked his wife and said, well, I told the guys.
I think that's exactly what happened. Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. I told the guys I'd report back on Monday. What am I going to do? What do you mean little Billy has a birthday party? Why didn't you tell me about that earlier? That's really good.
Meanwhile,
That's
it's
really
definitely been on their calendar on the fridge for like 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
good. Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Classic.
I mean, the amount of times I've said, since when are we doing that? And it's like, well, it got put in 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said, oh.
Classic
And
trap.
I told you. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how that goes. All right.
You guys
Will?
have a digital shared calendar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
No, I don't. This has been a battle that I've been having. I've been pushing for the digital calendar, and we are still the handwritten calendar on the fridge. Got to use the whiteout when schedules change. Yeah.
Very type A.
Don't you have one in your fridge?
Yes, but it's still in August. It's September 26th.
We have one on our fridge, and we have one that's digitally updated. And let me tell you, if something...
Hold on. I know what Will's doing here. I don't think I said this on the air on Wednesday. I told you about it. So Will came over last Saturday. Will, can I fully out you or not fully?
How much you gonna out me?
Pretty much out entirely.
Try to not do that.
Okay, got it.
Like 50% maybe.
Okay, so I'll do 50%.
You can
Got
out
it.
me. I don't care.
No, I'll do 50%. If you pick up on it, pick up on it. So Will called me on Saturday afternoon, and he said, "Hey, I've had 3 beers."
What did he actually call?
Yeah, he actually called.
Wow.
I don't think I called him.
No, you did.
I texted him.
No, it was a call. It was a text first, then a call.
Fishy.
Fishy. He said, "I've had 3 beers."
Yes.
What are you doing? 3. He said. He said 3. And I said, I'm about to run to the grocery store, but I'm going to make a bunch of food. If you want to come over, have a few beers, we're going to watch college football. That sounds good. So he came over, and Will had 3 more beers. 3. I said 3. 3 more beers. And 8. This one I'm going to be 100% honest on.
This is okay.
The ham and cheese sliders I made 24 of them.
How many did you put down?
I went to work.
I think Will at 10.
I think
Will at 10.
I had like 9 or 8.
9 or 8.
I didn't get to double digits though.
That's a lot of sliders.
And then he complained about his tummy ache the rest of the evening.
Yeah.
It was funny too because I was waiting for everyone else to start eating them and no one was, so I was just one by one eating 8 of them. Like I went back up 8 times.
Did anybody else say, "Geez, I'm hungry. I could use a slider"?
I mean, I had probably 4.
Okay. So now we left 10 for everyone
Yeah,
else.
we've gotten over half between the two of you.
I think our roommate had 2, and my girlfriend had 1, maybe.
Your roommate.
Yeah, we have a roommate temporarily. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Temporary adjustment of life. So
Gotcha.
Needs a quick place to crash for a few
Confused
weeks.
me for a second there.
Yeah, she rocks. Anyway, so that happened. And then I went to the bathroom at some point.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice this until Sunday or Monday. But on the calendar on our fridge, which again is stuck in August, there was 2 things written on the calendar. One just said ass. And then on September 3rd or whatever, it wasn't an actual date written on the calendar. It was at the end of the month and a couple days after. It just said Alex Strouf mega ass.
Got him.
So good.
And I said to Allie, I said, who did this? And she goes,
think?
and that's what she said. She says, you think I wrote that? I mean, I don't know. I wasn't going to put it past you.
I mean, that's a show thing. Obviously, it would have had to be one of the 3 of us.
Yeah. So, anyway, what'd you miss?
Okay, this is a tricky one. I don't know if Josh actually said this word. Perulation? Is that? I don't think it's a word.
Pergulation.
Pergulation?
Percolation?
It's time for the percolator.
Percolating.
Did you use that word today?
I
don't
think
think
this
so.
was percolating.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
Why don't you try and search percolating?
All right, give me a second.
I mean, we have been a 10 out of our Friday shows. Leave a bit to be desired.
I don't know.
Or counterpoint, this is the most entertaining this show gets.
Yeah. I mean, I just completely misinformed the public on the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you actually read anything, or were you just guessing?
I thought I heard that it was
US
3-1 US.
dominating.
I thought it was 3-1 US. I heard that, but
I'm pretty sure they started off down 3.
Quit trying to stall. What's percolation mean?
I don't know if this is right. To think deeply and slowly, letting ideas develop and surface over time.
Sure that's not
sentence?
pondering?
It sounds like pondering. No, it sounds like
There's
In
synonyms.
slang, to percolate.
to percolate. Spell percolate for me.
Percolate.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Did you think I was going to spell it wrong?
Well, I thought maybe you were looking at the wrong word.
Oh.
Yeah, you've done that before. Remember auf Wiedersehen?
Yeah, the German word. You had the wrong English definition for it, too.
We'll end with this.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
Dusty in Texas says, Josh once again confirms he is the smartest voice on ESPN Wisconsin. Good. All right.
Keep up the
I
good
don't know
work,
if you
Josh.
made it this far. If you did, thank you. We'll be back with you Monday to recap all things Packers Cowboys. Dive a little bit into the Brewers ahead of the NLDS as well next week as we get into the Packers bye week. I can't wait for this game on Sunday night. Looking forward to it. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Have a great weekend. Make decent decisions. We will talk to you on Monday beginning at 12:30 Central, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube. Of course, the podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the ESPN Wisconsin app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Mr. Irrelevant. It'll be the first result that pops up. Make sure you rate us 5 stars. Subscribe so you never miss a moment of this show. And we'll talk to you on Monday beginning at 12:30. Have a great weekend. Peace.